Comes to sinkholes, Kentucky ranks in the top 10 in the nation.
The most famous is the recent sinkhole at the National Corvette Museum in Bowling Green. We found an expert who has been studying the phenomenon for more than 4 decades.
WLKY Steve Bergen joins us live with what he has to say. Steve?
Thank you, Rick. James Kearns with the Kentucky Geological Survey told us you can't predict what areas of the Commonwealth are most likely to have sinkholes, but there's no figuring exactly where and when one will open up.
We now have millions of people across the world that know there is a Corvette Museum in Bowling Green, Kentucky.
It is the most famous sinkhole in the Commonwealth, a monster that swallowed 8 cars. But it's not the biggest. According to the Kentucky Geological Survey, this was the largest one. It also occurred in Bowling Green when a roadway gave way in February of 2002.
They happen fairly frequently here in Kentucky.
As a matter of fact, as you can see from this tracking map, there are thousands across the state. Most are small sinkholes like the ones we found at Louisville's Eastern Cemetery. Each is tracked and mapped. Kentucky is ranked 7th in the nation in sinkholes. Florida is number 1. A man lost his life near Tampa in March of last year.
It took 2 days to carefully remove debris and reveal the sinkhole that swallowed Jeff Bush.
In this state, you can blame karst. Kentucky is one of the most famous karst areas in the world.
It literally means rocky ground. Between the limestone and the dolomite, about half of the state is underlain by these soluble rocks.
Underground water sources eat away at the rock, creating a void and eventually leading to a collapse. This one occurred in Boyle County. A larger sinkhole opened in Hart County. Last month, a senior living center in Hopkinsville was forced to evacuate.
You know, it's heartbreaking. A lot of the residents have been here for a very long time.
And there's the reason why. It opened near the building. One of the owners says they just kept seeing cracks along the floors and walls.
It seems like that this section of the building is wanting to tear off.
Not all are as dramatic as the Hopkinsville or Bowling Green sinkholes. Many create depressions, like this large one outside the University of Kentucky Library.
The UK, of course, is built on the Lexington limestone, which is a formation that can form karst and sinkholes. There are a lot in the area.
Sinkholes often become dumps, especially in rural areas, which does not help the situation.
Either agricultural waste or household domestic waste or construction debris that have been buried in these features, and then that rots and it reactivates the sinkhole.
As for what happened to the National Corvette Museum, hydrologist James Kearns says the Sky Dome was built over an abandoned cave passage.
The borings from the engineering studies and so forth did not detect the presence of that passage.
According to Kearns' observations, rainwater from the museum was diverted away from that structure as it should have been. However, that caused the clay, which acted as an adhesive for the dome of the passage, to dry out, leading to a collapse.
It's a case where most things were done correctly, and it still resulted in a collapse of major notoriety, I guess would be the word to use.
As for sinkhole insurance, it's unlikely your homeowner's policy here in Kentucky will cover damage. Following the incident at the National Corvette Museum, State Representative Jody Richards of Bowling Green proposed legislation requiring more insurers to offer such coverage. But that bill never made it out of committee during this year's General Assembly. If you want to check out your neighborhood for sinkholes, especially if you're thinking about building a home in a certain area, we've set up a link at WLKY.com. Steve Bergen, WLKY News.
Interesting. Thanks, Steve. Now, researchers at the University of Central Florida announced a couple of weeks ago that they have come up with a simulator that may make it easier to predict sinkholes.